Hello everyone. I have no idea if this video will actually make it onto YouTube. I just had this idea very spontaneously when I was cycling home from work today. I realized I've probably read more words, like in the context of actual books, in the last week and a half than I probably did in the entire last year before that. Maybe that's a slight exaggeration, but not by much. I'm just about to finish my second book in like a week and a half, which maybe to some of you that sounds like pathetic and amateurish, but to me that's crazy. And it may be that this is just a 2 week phase, and I will slow down as the summer goes on. But I'm kind of hoping this is a new era, like this is my reading era. And if it is, I would love to spend the summer making short videos just talking about these books that I'm reading. And therefore, welcome to episode 1, if this actually ends up being a video. Basically, I'm thinking each episode can just be I talk about one book. And right now, as I said, I'm about to finish my second. So I already have enough material for 2 episodes, and this is the first one. That was so rambly. Why can't I explain my video concept better? Quick costume change and an incredible setup where I've managed to balance my 21 Pilots Clancy CD on top of a jar of confetti I got at the 21 Pilots concert. It's also leaning against a bottle of apple cider vinegar, if you were wondering. Yes, this is a very professional setup. I've also got a print that someone gave me in the queue for the 21 Pilots concert, balanced on top of the light switch. So you know I'm a very serious YouTuber. Anyway, the reason for this quick costume change is that the first book I read this summer, and therefore the topic of this first very brief review, is the book The Only Band in the World by Ryan Bird. Now this book was very kindly lent to me by the amazing Lay from this video. And the reason why is we're both massive 21 Pilots fans, but the book is good for more reasons than just that. Essentially, Ryan Bird, the author of this book, is or was a music journalist who did many, many interviews with the band 21 Pilots over the last decade and a bit. And this book is not just a compilation of interviews, but it's him essentially documenting that whole journey, documenting from his perspective, really, the rise of the band and their transition through various eras and albums and some concluding thoughts. But it's so much more than I can convey through just that description. I really, really loved this book. And the reason I absolutely couldn't put it down and finished it so quickly is, as I said, not just because it's a book about 21 Pilots and I quite like 21 Pilots, but also because it's really, really good music journalism. It's not, it never feels at any point like a journalist just documenting a band that they have to because the band is popular, or like an author trying to insert themselves into the story of a band. It feels like an author who genuinely loves the things this band has done, genuinely appreciates them, and is actually fascinated by their journey and by their fans and by the passion and by everything, and wants to sort of chronicle that journey out of pure fascination and appreciation. You genuinely are curious to see Ryan Bird's perspective on particular albums and particular things the band has gone through. I was genuinely excited, reading the section on Blurryface and knowing that Trench was coming up. And, I was genuinely interested to hear Ryan Bird's take on, say, the hiatus they did between those 2 albums and on the release of Trench and the storyline. Because, as I alluded to in my previous 21 Pilots video, they have an incredible amount of lore. They have an incredibly detailed storyline that spans 4 albums and will soon be 5 albums. And I was interested to see how that all comes across to someone who's not just a fan who likes the music, but is a music journalist who, in a sense, became a fan through that process of interviewing the band. It's hard to explain exactly why I like Ryan Bird's writing style so much without you just reading the book. But it is really, really interesting. It's well written. And as I said, it's written in a way that just feels like he's appreciating the band and wants to write about his interviews with them, his perspective on their music and their journey in a way that allows you as a fan or just as someone reading the book to appreciate it even more. So yes, in conclusion of this very short review, I absolutely loved The Only Band in the World. I'm very grateful to Lay for lending it to me. And if any of you are 21 Pilots fans or just fans of music journalism in general, or are curious why I like this band so much, then one thing I can recommend, apart from just listening to their incredible music, is reading the book The Only Band in the World by Ryan Bird. Thank you very much.